All right, all. Happy Wednesday. My voice is a little bit better, but still kind of off. Maybe you can hear it. So we'll see how it works, right? I haven't talked a whole lot in the past couple days. So we'll see if it holds up. Great. All right. Okay. So looking at Bitcoin here on the weekly chart, closed above the 100 EMA, right? We're well aware of that. And now trying to move up yet again. That's fine. Where could we look at? Well, you kind of got couple spots here. Let's just take a look, right? This whole area around 30K, right? If you zoom out, right? You got these lows here. We got these lows over here, right? So let's remove the arrow. It's a little bit annoying. So let's draw like an area, right? I would say, this could happen before we get our kind of a retest of the lower part, and this zone, right? That we talked about, this is our final bullish zone, right? If we drop below this, we have some bigger issues likely afoot. We should not be doing this with this kind of a move up. Could we come up to here? I think we could. 32. I think we could do that. Just with the momentum out of the past several weeks. With these massive candles like this could happen, right? Could we get up to 30K or higher, 30 to 32K? I think that's about as high as we could go initially before we have to kind of retest and make sure we're still bullish, right? So these healthy retests, when we come back down, the bears will come back out to play and think that it's over, and it's likely very not compared to because of these two green candles, this candle right here. This is one of the biggest signals out of all this. I would argue that this is more powerful of a signal. This this lower wick, right? I would argue that candle was a bigger signal than even this candle and this candle. Because I mean, this just shows you that there was big selling pressure coming in, and the buyers stepped in and said, "No thanks, we'll take it from here." Right. So this is the bulls coming back in on a big way, and then we had that 40% move from this low all the way up to here. So that is power. The bears should be all but dead at this point. If there's someone you're still following, that's ultimate bearish, there's where's the proof? Here's the proof that the bulls are in charge. We've just made a higher high. By definition, in a bear trend, right? This trend is over, right? The downtrend is over by definition. So if we go back down lower, then some kind of a new bear market is starting, and that would be disaster, right? Because then we could be looking at a year to longer of another bear market, which is pretty ultra rare, but this would not be a continuation of this bear market at this point because this closed that door. Okay, that's a fact. That's the only reason TA exists, is to know when downtrends end. This is the end of our previous downtrend, plain and simple, right? Don't let anybody argue differently. They're wrong. Okay, so not saying we can't go back lower, but that would be starting a new bear market, and that would be some serious shit, because we could likely be going down or sideways for a year plus, right? So we do not want to see a lower low, right? This will be our caution right here. And if we kind of break this and break this wick and go back below 19K at this point, havoc, right? I would say havoc is I don't even want to fathom it until we get to it, right? If we get to it, but that's not the odds anymore. The odds are up, right? Or consolidation. I would say consolidation is the bigger odds at this point. Why? Look at the candle, right? Anytime you have these massive moves, more likely than not, you're either just barely trying to move, or over the next several weeks, you're just more or less moving sideways, right? Just like we did here, right? I was trying to draw it, but the thing didn't get picked, right? So, I mean, like a consolidation zone before making your next move. So, maybe we do something just like this again. So, like, maybe we do this, right? Maybe it's up here, and maybe we go sideways again, right? So we move up, sideways consolidation, relatively, we're still bouncing around from 20 to 25K, right? So maybe this time we bounce from 27 to 32K or 30K or something like that for the next several months or weeks, right? So this could take us into May. This is the most odds on favorite scenario for me, because more likely than not, after a big move to the upside or downside, you're relatively speaking going to consolidate for the next, you have to digest the move. So this would be the odds on favorite. All we have is the odds, right? We're all aware of that for now. So I'm not predicting anything, but if I had to, gun to my head, I would say we have to consolidate more before moving outside of, maybe 32K. Could we go up a little bit higher? Could this box, right? I just copied this box. So this would be identical to this box, right? So if we move from here, it's like, range bound from, 20, maybe we could even move it down here, right? Maybe we're just stuck between, 30K to 25K. That would be fine as well. And guess what would happen to alts at this point in this was the initial move up and everyone's still hesitant. But after a second move up, and Bitcoin consolidates or goes sideways or just slightly moves up, if we do another one of these, altcoins will really start moving, in my opinion, based on history. That's kind of how it works. So do with that information what you will. If you want to start altcoin accumulating, if Bitcoin, say in, let's say a week from now or April 1st, Bitcoin's still hanging around, 26, 27K, and we're just basically doing nothing, going sideways. I would highly bet that some altcoins are starting to move in bigger ways here. Okay, so that's the odds for me for Bitcoin for the next several weeks is somewhere inside this box. Could we move up to 30, 32? Yes. Could we move down to 25 again? Yes. Is all of that perfectly fine? Yes. So don't panic when you see prices going up or down. Now, if we're under, 24K, then watch out. Okay, then we'll examine. I don't think that's going to happen, but be prepared for anything. We want to maintain above the 200 week at this point, for sure. Okay, and if we're above 32K, I mean, I don't know what could happen up here, right? If we're up here, I mean, we're breaking all kinds of barriers here, right? The odds are, I think this is at least our initial fence. If we do, it would be relatively unhealthy if we continue up. If we like take a break this week and then do another one of these and get to 35K, I don't know what's going on here. Something bigger. Maybe that maybe that bet's playing out. But we'll take it one step at a time. Don't get too far ahead here. We could easily top out around 29K around this area. Right? We could top out here. That would still be fine. If we just do something like this for the next several weeks, altcoins will still blow up. Even if we go down here and then go sideways, something like that, altcoins will blow up at this stage, right? When Bitcoin retests and then just kind of moves slowly back up again or goes sideways, altcoin heaven right there. That's when the bigger alts will come out to play. The ones with the higher RSI are likely the biggest movers, or the newer projects, right? Something with ultra low market caps could come out and do some kind of 2 or 3x kind of overnight. And that would be kind of the secret recipe zone for that. So, fingers crossed if you're, in that scenario. So just be aware that, to reiterate, the bear market is pretty much it's by definition over. The downtrend is over. If we enter a new downtrend and go to lower prices, we're starting a new bear market. That would not be good in any measure. So let's hope against that. When will we flip more bearish? It's still like 18.2. If we did that, I'd just be running for the hills probably for another year, because we're probably going to see some kind of spectacular lows. Maybe Putin dropped a nuke. I think it would take some kind of massive global scenario for that to happen. But I don't think that's the odds in any way, shape, or form. I think the odds are we kind of hold, hopefully the 21 week, right? The 21 week, when we retest it, maybe it's a couple weeks from now, right? This is what we kind of want to see right here, right? We want the 21 week to kind of be at least around the 200 week. So when we get our kind of throwback and retest, hold that, and then it's go time. This is go time right here. So if you're waiting, you're like, I'm still not convinced. Okay, right here. Once we hit, and if we hit, right, and we kind of move slowly back up again, or if we hold that support and you see a candle like this especially, or even something like this, right, even just like a move slowly back up, that's your last final boarding call, right? We're going to make some bigger moves on that initial kind of bullish retest. I would bet dollars to donuts. Is that a thing? Dimes to donuts. I don't know what the slogan was. Um, okay, I'll leave you with that. Hopefully that helps. 10 minutes. Thanks so much.